Welcome back to these videos of silly ridiculousness. How is everyone doing? Since my departure and non-existence in this world, I certainly hope you've been doing well. I've been doing that one word, fluctuously, I guess. Yes, quite right. Mini comic books. True. Moving on. As you can tell, I have been seriously getting into Bionicle media collecting. This is kind of the idea. It's like the first and the last. Oh, so fancy with dragon paintings I made, but you know, let's be realistic. That one's more important. Moving on. Oh yes, and then there's these. They're sealed, so I'm too scared to open them. But they're little mini comics of the 3 Borok comics. I think. I don't actually know. If anybody does know, put it in the comments below. Yeah, because it's got like the same names as the, what do you call it? Same names as the comics. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Moving on. You notice all these right here. These are comic book sleeves. For what purpose, one could only wonder. Let me show you. Boom! This. It is every single Bionicle comic ever created, from front to back, first to last, every single different kind of print, etc., etc. And those prints are more noticeable, and these ones back here, difference 24s and 25 and 26, and then all of the Ignition comics, and then all the Glatorian comics and whatnot, until the very end. Quite right, Gandalf. It is a delicious substance that I can now call my own. Give me 1 second while I put you down, because I am scared that I'm going to break these every single time that I touch them. Good heavens. It's terrifying. You have no idea. However, there they all are. That's, you know, they can't just sit there in a pile on my desk. That would be silly. So what I want everyone to do specifically is comment below how the heck I am supposed to display these. Whether it should be like on a wall, or in a book, or on a book wall, or on my face, or on a Facebook, or on a Facebook wall. Okay, yeah, moving on. Okay, yes. Continuing the collection. Alright, there are all the graphic novels. I couldn't find a soft copy of number 7, so that's what's there. I'm going to try and find one day, but these are all of them. Most of them are unopened, if not at least untouched. Yes, and then there's one hard copy. I do have a hard copy also of number 5, but yeah, these are just displayed as soft copies. Game Boys, but those are kind of not relevant to this. And then here we have all of the books from start to finish, every last one of them. These are the first sealed 4 books, I think. First sealed 8. No. Yes, 8. These are the first 8 books sealed. And then there's this thing that was constantly getting into the picture. Let's take a look. I just got this in the mail. Got it on eBay for 20 bucks. You have any idea how much these things sometimes go for on eBay? Some of them go up to like $60 or $70. It is impressive. And I finally got my hands on one for a decent price. It brought me joy. So much joy. And it was all nice and happily balanced. There we go. Yes. Yes, Gandalf. And it's really dark. Come on. I guess that's as good as it gets. Moving on. We already know about this here. You know, those sealed. Already shown all that. European comics of Takanuva's journey, blah blah blah, all the encyclopedias, and then some baby little reader books. Speaking of reading books, I have not been having a lot of smart time on my hands, and so this is the book that I'm on now, Metro Nui. Actually, I'm on the one before that, Trial by Fire? Yeah, Darkness Below? I don't remember. The one that has no comma on the front, yes. And then, of course, as I've been hiding everything else, I made a nice little mock that was inspired by somebody I found on the mock pages on Facebook. Boom. It's Tahu! Yay! He doesn't have any gearbox functionalities. He just looks like a Tahu. It's all for show. It's not real. There's his legs. Kind of focus them up a bit. There you go. Yeah, buddy. quite nice. There are pictures on Twitter and Facebook of the situation here. My dog is barking, and there's that for you. Quite lovely indeed. So what is this thing that is framed behind our dear friend Taro that Aruxi is holding up ever so swaggerly? That is comic book number 1, sealed in the packaging that it came in when it was sent out in the mail back in 2000, and with the Lego magazine that was also with it. This is all in its original packaging, and it's sealed and framed in the back and will never be opened again, because every single time that I touched it I felt that I was going to break it, and it drove me mad. Moving on, we're just going to put that right in front of that. Who will protect that? And yeah, so that is my media or finesse collection. Finesse collection? What is that stuff where it's like, stuff that just kind of goes with the, I don't know. My words are not, I've like been all kinds of backwards for like the last long time, so it's just okay. But the whole entire idea of this video is post in the comments below how I should display this. Think of something that actually makes sense for these Bionicle things, specifically that the backs are kind of as relevant as the front maybe, but if not, that's okay. And then don't just Google something and post it in the comments. Think of something original. I've already done the whole entire Google try and find every possible way to make the coolest way in order to display comic books, and none of them are matching this sucker. I mean, like, maybe putting them on a wall, I guess that's a thing, but it's just so cluster-blooded, and that would just probably not be as formidable as I would so desire. So, post in the comments below a creative way to do all the Bionicle comics. And no, I'm not going to take them apart and do them as that one guy did in a book, which was really cool. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google Bionicle comics, and there was somebody that took a binder and put all the Bionicle comics one by one and bound them to the book and made a whole entire, like, arcane-looking Bionicle comic book. It was awesome. But yeah, so post in the comments below, as I said like 6 billion times, if you haven't already exited this video, what I should do to display these comic books of wonders and dreams. And also, at the same time, if anybody knows anything about, one, the second print for Fractures, which is number, what, 27? 27, yes. If you know anything about the second print for Bionicle Fractures, number 27, this is the traditional print, but there's another one with Rudaka on the front, and I want to try and find if I can, but I don't know if it even exists. And number 2, fingers, number 2, if anybody knows about number 6, I think, number 8, this is probably a terrible idea what I'm doing, number 4, number 6, yes, if anybody knows about comic number 6, that little prologue that was made to introduce everybody from the Toa Naika going into the Deep Mari area, post that in the comments below as well. And as of now, I'm going to probably sneeze and bow to you and end the transmission now. Bow. Transmission and gra.